Welcome to another explainer. You probably consider yourself a pretty solid, law-abiding citizen, right? You pay your taxes, you definitely don't steal cars. But what if I told you that you're likely breaking the law every single day, completely by accident? Hidden right inside our normal, everyday physical and digital routines are these tiny, invisible laws. Today, we're unpacking 12 of them. It's essentially the accidental criminal's guide to everyday life. By the end of this, I promise you're going to look at your smartphone in a totally different light.
Okay, let's dive into this. Let's start with a classic, the Wi-Fi hack. Picture this. You're at a friend's place and your phone connects to their Wi-Fi automatically. No big deal, right? Well, in many countries, using someone's Wi-Fi without their explicit permission is technically unauthorized access. Yep, it's considered the exact same thing as hacking into their network, even if you absolutely didn't mean any harm. The law doesn't care if you just needed to check Instagram. Crazy, right? It's a strict line drawn right in the sand. You are basically treated like a hacker for just wanting to scroll through your feed. So what does this all mean? It all comes down to this legal concept called unauthorized access. By definition, this means using a computer network, a system, or software without the explicit permission of the owner. And this one idea, it acts like a giant umbrella. It takes several of our totally normal daily digital habits and drags them right into a massive legal gray zone. We're talking about everyday digital trespassing here. Take using cracked or pirated software, for example. Downloading a free, cracked version of Photoshop actually makes you an unauthorized user of stolen property. Not to mention you're practically inviting malware to wreck your hard drive. Or, and I know this one is going to hurt to hear, think about sharing your Netflix or Spotify passwords. Sharing streaming logins blatantly violates terms of service, and depending on where you live, it's straight up classified as unauthorized access. It's always been highly problematic legally.
Section 2. The accidental content thief.
Now, what's really interesting about this next part is how innocent it feels. You download a movie from a sketchy site just once, or casually repost a hilarious meme. Harmless, right? Well, the legal reality is actually copyright theft, and it comes with massive fines. It literally does not matter if you are making a single dime off that meme. The original creator owns that property, period. Downloading copyrighted material without permission is illegal almost everywhere across the globe, and people have been hit with absolutely life-ruining fines just for downloading a single movie.
And if you're a content creator yourself, oh man, these pitfalls multiply fast. Just grabbing a random photo from Google Images to use in your thumbnail? Technically illegal. Using a quick 5-second clip of a popular song without clearing it? Also illegal. Platforms have these automated copyright bots constantly patrolling, and they can strike down your entire channel over just a few seconds of uncleared audio or a single stolen image. Honestly, the only truly safe route is sticking to royalty-free libraries.
Section 3. Invading everyday privacy. The internet age has really forced lawmakers to go full Big Brother and take personal boundaries super seriously. Secretly recording an argument in a private space, even if you literally never post it online, doing that without consent is highly illegal in a lot of countries. How about snooping through a partner's private messages on their phone? That actually counts as our old friend unauthorized access. And if you're running a small project or business and you just gather customer emails without explicitly asking them, boom, you're violating major data laws like GDPR. Stuff that we used to just brush off as being kind of nosy is now serious codified law.
Our final section, fraud and street rules.
Okay, let's step away from the digital world for a second. Have you ever listed something for sale online before you actually even owned it? Like maybe flipping concert tickets or selling a pre-order for the newest game console? A lot of people call this a smart hustle, but legally, advertising something you don't physically possess is misleading buyers. In most places, it straight up counts as fraud. The law sees it as selling an illusion. The big takeaway here? Just wait until the item is physically in your hands before you try to sell it.
And out on the actual physical streets, these legal tripwires are just as common. Jaywalking when there isn't a crosswalk signal. Tapping your phone screen for literally 1 second just to check your GPS directions while driving. Even tinting your car windows a little too dark. Whenever you get caught, the most common defense is always, "But come on, everyone does it." Well, from a legal standpoint, everyone does it is absolutely not going to save you from a ticket. These are fully enforceable laws that people just conveniently forget about right up until those red and blue lights are flashing in the rearview mirror.
Okay, let's take a deep breath. You are probably not a criminal. Let's be real here. Almost every single one of us has done at least one of the things we just went over today. The goal of this explainer isn't to make you paranoid, it's really just to show you that we are all navigating this incredibly complex legal system that is just absolutely filled with tiny, invisible rules. And honestly, awareness is the absolute key to staying smart and avoiding a massive headache down the line.
So, as we wrap up today's explainer, I have to ask you, which of these invisible laws surprised you the absolute most? Was it the guest Wi-Fi thing making you a hacker, the pre-order fraud, or maybe the massive fines for just reposting a simple meme? Take a second to think about how these hidden rules shape your daily routine. Thanks so much for joining me to unpack all of this. Stay curious, stay smart, and try to stay legal out there.